Hi, how are you? I hope you're having a great day and being sober and kicking ass. That's awesome. I had a moment and I love to share on this journey. I'm Sarah. This is Awesomely Sober and I appreciate you watching today. So, as things come up and I'm learning more in sobriety, I love sharing with you because maybe it's a tip that you could use or something that will be helpful for you to know. So, that's why I'm here. That's what this is about. So, what just happened was a moment that I realized that it is super, super important that we pay attention to our intuition. I was on the SkyTrain. I'm a flight attendant and I'm based out of Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, if you're familiar. And from our employee parking lot, we ride a beautiful, very well maintained, nice, seemingly safe SkyTrain to the terminals, the airport terminals. And I arrived for work and it was in the evening, so it was a little quiet. The airport was not bustling. And I got on the train, no one else was there. And as I was looking down, digging through my bag, a gentleman had boarded the train, the same cart as myself, and he pointed to the seat across from me and said, "Do you mind if I sit there?" And as I looked up and I looked around, there was no one else on this train. And this is COVID times, so what we're trying to do as best we can in public places is be spaced out. So I thought it was really strange that he was asking to sit directly across from me, which was about this far, and when the entire train cart is empty. So it took a beat, and then I pointed to the other end of the cart and I said, "Well, all of that's open down there." And he kind of rolled his eyes. He took a few steps away from me and then just crouched down, not doing anything. And something felt so wrong about his demeanor. And, I just immediately was on edge. The train car door was still open. So I decided, after taking a moment and hesitating, because I was thinking I don't want to hurt his feelings. And if I leave the cart, he's going to know it's because of him. Well, I took a second, realized that was bogus because I'm uncomfortable, and once those doors shut, it's just me and him for the next 7 minutes. And I did not feel safe in that moment because something just wasn't sitting right with me. And remember, that's all you need. You don't need a logical explanation. I was super uncomfortable because something just did not seem right about that whole interaction and his demeanor. So I did get off and I just walked to the next cart and boarded that. And I didn't feel bad about it, but I was thinking, why was I so uneasy about someone asking if he could sit near me? Well, here's the little list of things now that I've had time to think about it, but immediately, I didn't know logically why it was a really bad idea and why I felt so uncomfortable with it, but intuitively, something inside me knew that this could potentially be a dangerous situation, and my instinct was to get away from it. And thank goodness I followed that. Hopefully I was wrong, but I don't want to stick around to find out if I'm right in that situation. So I was noticing that made me uneasy now that I had time to think about it. This is a train that goes to the airport. This man did not have luggage. He had no luggage with him. He did not give me space after I asked for it. And he seemed bothered that I wasn't allowing him to sit close to me. And those things, first of all, the big one is going to the airport with no luggage. Sometimes people can be doing that because they're picking friends up. I just had a feeling that he wasn't. I just have a feeling he was riding the train for no good reason than to maybe cause some trouble. So that's all I need. I don't know this man. He doesn't know me. It doesn't matter if it hurt his feelings. And then I started to think of how many times in my life I have stayed quiet or remained in uncomfortable situations because I was more worried about how someone else, who I'm sorry is irrelevant when it comes to your safety, how someone else might feel about you creating distance. There's been many times. And then I was also thinking, okay, two things. I am so thankful for the awareness of that, and now paying attention to my feelings and knowing that that's all that's important. Nothing else matters. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm also grateful for sobriety, because when we are drunk or buzzed or high, you are not aware of a lot of unsafe situations that could be becoming around you. So this was a time when, I mean, I'm going to work, of course I wasn't drinking, but if I were in a different situation at a different point in my life when I was drinking, I could have been so distracted digging in my bag, I may not have heard him request. He may have just gotten really close, and then who knows what would have happened in that situation. So just to point out that another incredible benefit to our health and well-being in sobriety is awareness of the surroundings, so we can pay attention, we can hear that internal guidance when it speaks up, we are aware of what's happening around us, and we can maintain safety to the best of our control. So that is what I wanted to share. When it comes to your safety and you have a feeling that something isn't right, you do not owe anyone anything. Create the space, do what makes you feel safe, and just get out of the situation before it becomes like a situation. And one other tip I have with that, when you're walking, because I've done this for years, even before sobriety, I've done this for years when I've lived in cities, and anytime I'm walking down a street, I try to not walk at night whenever possible. And when I'm traveling on a layover in a different city and I'm out exploring, I try to make it back before dark. That's just my thing. It makes me feel better. But even in broad daylight, if there's someone walking really close behind you, when I notice this, I turn back and I look at them, first of all, to see the face, and they know that I've seen them. And then I want to see how close they are. And then what I will do is I just step to the side. If they're in a big fucking hurry, let them pass, right? If they are not trying to catch you, then they'll keep on moving. So I maintain eye contact so they know that I saw them and I could identify them in a police lineup, okay? And then step to the side, let them pass, because you don't need someone that you don't know creeping up behind you. And don't feel bad about looking at them. Don't feel bad about, I used to feel bad about stepping to the side. But the reality is, like, if they care, that's their problem. And what were they going to do that they're worried now that I am not walking in front of them? So that's my little tip. Anyway, be safe. Stay sober for your safety. Stay aware of your surroundings. Remember that the feelings you have don't need to have a logical explanation. They are there for your safety and your guidance. All you have to do is pay attention. So please do it. Stay awesomely sober. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.